Hey everybody, and welcome to Now Loading, coming to you live from the Ustream Studios in Hollywood, California. I'm Will.
I'm Shane.
And each week we're going to be bringing you the latest gaming news, videos, and tonight we once again delve into a different side of gaming.
Right. And I'll be joining you live and in the stream and on the chat. We'll be taking your questions and having some good discussions. But first up, we're going to take a look at our video game of the week.
Just sit back and relax, my friend. Today's lesson won't take too long. And to make it more interesting, it takes the form of this nerdy song. The year is 1889, before the accolades and awards. Nintendo got its start from making Hanafuda cards. For a century they grew and planned to discover just what sells. Making vacuums and ultra hand and love testers and love hotels. But they soon zeroed in on games like the game and watching color TV. In 81 they made Donkey Kong and the rest is history. This is the history of Nintendo. Spanning the years, Hanafuda to Mario. Straight from Kyoto with a guy named Miyamoto. This is the history of Nintendo. 1985, future stars like Lincoln, Samus, and portly bummers hit the scene. 89, all our mothers took our Game Boys to play Tetris on that tiny screen. 91, Super Mario World taught us we could fly while riding dinosaurs. 94, Virtual Boy had a CD, ran returning systems to their stores. 96, let's go with Mario to new horizons. Pokemania caught our hearts and dollars. 2001, the GBA and GameCube lost some market share that day, but we still love to play Smash Brothers Melee. So goes the history of Nintendo. From Anna to Cat, Pikachu to Lucario. A fierce crescendo peppered with strange innuendo. This is the history of Nintendo. 2004 the DS, 2006 the Wii, 2011 the 3DS, a DS in 3D, 2012 the Wii U out by this year's end, and so my friend, well now you know the history of Nintendo. Hanafuda, Ultra Hand, Sheriff Kirby's Pinball Land, Wild Gunman, Superman, Mario Land Jam with a band, Mega Man 1 through Mega Man 7, DK94 and Rhythm Heaven, Mega Man 9 and Mega Man 10, Darkwing Duck Duck, Tails Tailspin, Dragon Quest, Diddy's Quest, Simon's Quest, Arnold's Quest, Master Quest, Mystic Quest, Puzzle Quest, Master's Quest, Yamauchi Miyamoto, Iwata Sakurai Sakamoto, Tezukato Taka Itoi, Arakawa Kando Yokoi, Ocarina of Time Look to the Past, Link's Awakening, Majora's Mask, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, Pokemon Blue and Killer Instinct, Little King Story, The Chaotic Razor, Terran Illusion, Dinosaur Blazer, Final Fantasy, and Super Metroid, Pulse Black Kids, Annual Mega Man X, Nostalgia, Punch Out, Resident Evil 4, F-Zero, Hey You, Pikachu, Beautiful Joe, and Lufia 2, Kitty Girls, Rising Zelda 1, Gold Golden Golden Sons, Mother, Earthbound Mother 3, we're all in the family. This is the history of Nintendo. From Nestor to Ness, Waluigi to Wario. Soon to be taught in schools all over Tokyo to solve the mysteries of Nintendo. This was the history of Nintendo!
That was our gaming video of the week. I said it backwards before. By the awesome comic Brawl in the Family. That was their 400th issue video extravaganza, which we were huge, huge fans of.
Speaking of family, hello, Mom. Yeah. You have to yell at my producer for making me say that. Anyways, so
he wanted to say it. Totally did. Totally
so let's
did.
go ahead and head into headlines.
Woo. There it is.
And we are back with headlines despite audio difficulties.
Oh.
So anyways, start off with Kickstarter. This week, War Balloon, the people behind Star Command, raised $36,000 to fund their game on Kickstarter. But the problem is that they could only actually use $4,000 to actually make their game.
What?
I know. Basically, the biggest issue with it is that all the prizes that they promised, the shirts, the posters, shipping just ate the whole budget, especially shipping internationally, which they're kind of giving a breakdown of their budget, warning other Kickstarter groups to say, hey, watch out for this. Make sure that if you're going to promise t-shirts and things like that, maybe make it at a higher pricing point. And also they talked about the musical fees, which over $6,000, $4,000 in legal fees. It just kind of goes on, and basically dwindled their $36,000 to almost nothing. So it's a really good point to see Kickstarter growing, and a little bit of warning of what future developers should look out for.
Right, yeah, this is definitely a good cautionary tale. One of the other big things that ate into a lot of their funding was taxes, and that's something that a lot of developers, when putting their Kickstarter budgets in, don't account for the fact that 25%, 20% of the money they raise goes directly back to the government in form of taxes. So if your budgeting is $80,000 for the game, you really need more like $100,000 to cover those tax windfalls. And as they also said, there are legal fees to be associated, paying other participants any outside third-party stuff they get. There is definitely a lot of budgeting that needs to be done, and a lot of first-time developers are not cognizant of all those changes and all those different pieces of the framework that go into it. So it's definitely good that. Well, it's not good that this happened to them, but it's definitely a important lesson for everybody out there in Kickstarter to learn.
Exactly, it's really good for other Kickstarter developers
Exactly.
for it to happen, because they're really paving the roadmap for Kickstarter and the future of publicly funded games, and so it's really good that they got this speed bump out of the way so early, and on not to knock them, but more of a low-end costing game rather than the multi-million dollars that were put into Wasteland 2. Would hate to see it come out, oh, we only had $5,000 to make it with. So, it's really good to see it happen now rather than later.
Right. Now, speaking of people that have plenty of money, Zynga is on the prowl looking for new acquisitions. As has been often reported and reported by us, they recently bought Omkpop, the makers of what was the Draw Something, for $180 million. But it turns out they also tried to buy Rovio, the makers of Angry Birds, and they offered $2 billion to pick them up. They were rebuffed by Rovio, but they have stated that they are absolutely dedicated to picking up new properties and new IPs and building their brand at just about any cost. They seem to be pretty confident that they could spend a lot of money before they're in any risk of being in debt, and given the success of their franchises like Farmville and Cityville and the amount of money that they've made doing that, it's no surprise that they've got a lot of cash to spend. They seem to be trying to position themselves as a big player in gaming as casual gaming grows, and as more and more people get connected to games online through social media like Facebook. And so it definitely looks like they're going to be trying to do a lot of picking up. So there's a little bit of an EA scenario going on here. A few years back in the early 2000s and late 90s, EA went on a buying spree that was transformative in the game industry, and it'll be interesting to see if this happens again with Zynga.
Exactly, and especially since a couple weeks ago we mentioned the one guy who was already talking about how the free-to-play model was hoping to change pretty soon. It'll be interesting to see how Zynga handles these issues, especially with so much money being thrown around. And Zynga also has a little bit of bad press from especially very recently, with stealing video games in essence, or at least the heart of it. And so to see them trying to buy up other smaller companies kind of makes them makes it realize that they were like, okay, well, we're kind of getting in trouble for this, so let's just buy them now. So I mean, more power to them. They made their money, and I'm happy to see any game company continue to grow. But we'll just have to see how it continues to roll out.
Right, exactly. Yeah, Zynga does not have the best street cred right now amongst gamers. Casual gaming in general was something that was looked down upon by a lot of the hardcore mainstream gaming audience community. And while personally I think that anybody who likes to play games should be considered a gamer, whether it's casual, whether it's hardcore, whether it's competitive, or role-playing, or first-person, or strategy, there's a big enough tent here for gaming for everybody. But there is a certain hesitance to the model, if only because it does seem to be such a money-wringing, profit-focused brand of games, casual gaming, and Zynga is the poster child of that. So whether or not these acquisitions move them away from that or turn other companies into that remains to be seen.
Yeah. And once again, continuing our awesome transitions into money wrangling.
See, it's not awesome when you mention how awesome it is. Now it's just lame. But now we're shining a lamp on it, so it's okay.
Awesome.
We're lamp shading it, so it's awesome again.
That's cool.
Check out the TV tropes list. That explains it.
So earlier this week as well, producer of the Tekken series, Harada, has mentioned that he does not believe that having to pay for DLC characters for a fighting game he doesn't want to do that for the Tekken series. Now, he was strong to mention that he's okay with the Street Fighter companies doing it, Capcom, and he understands why they do it, but he doesn't believe that it should be for the Tekken series. He sees characters rather than financial gain as chess pieces to be played against an opponent, learning their move sets, exactly how they play, and how to fight against other characters with that character. And to force somebody to pay to learn or play that character, he believes is not for the Tekken series.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a very good point to make that they're kind of an integral part of a genre like fighting. It'd be something like having certain weapons not being available in first-person games. Now, obviously, this is something that does happen, but having that core component of the game removed is definitely a aspect that needs to be looked at. While things like cosmetic benefits of different costumes or different voice effects, Japanese language tracks as opposed to English, things like that are certainly worth considering for DLC purchases. Something as core as a character is something that should definitely be looked at carefully before being done, and I like to see that Tekken is making this decision that this is not the way they want to go, because now it's no longer the accepted norm in the industry. It's now just what some of the developers do, and maybe eventually Capcom will decide to go the way that Tekken does and not include paid DLC for characters. And personally, obviously, I'd like to see that because I don't want to have to pay more for my favorite character, but it remains to be seen whether or not they'll all do that.
Exactly. So earlier this week, we had a couple of the big titans of the game industry.
Yeah, this was kind of a big get for us.
Yeah.
We were pretty excited about this. How best to put this? We got them in a room together, and we decided we were, as big, figures of the industry as they are, we wanted to know exactly how much they really knew about the. We wanted to find out really how much cred they had.
Exactly.
So we had the opportunity with a good help by the help of a good friend of ours to quiz them on some of their knowledge. So, yeah.
Check it out.
Good evening, and welcome to The Game Show. I'm your host, Justine Bailey. Tonight, we are pitting two titans of the game industry up against one another in a no-holds-barred battle of wits to see who's got game and who's got shame. Let's meet our guests. First up, we have David Jaffe, the twisted mind behind such blockbusters as God of War and Twisted Metal. David, how are you today?
Fantastic. How the are you?
I'm great. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me. I love this
And our next guest, we have someone who many consider to be the most creative mind in games today. With a track record of imaginative, offbeat titles like Secret of Monkey Island, Psychonauts, and Day of the Tentacle, we're proud to welcome Tim Schafer. Hi, Tim. How are you?
So this is it. The mental world.
This is a game show.
A mental game show.
Well, yes, technically, but here's the rules. I will ask both of you a series of questions. If you answer correctly, that's 10 points. If you fail to answer correctly, the other person can steal. If they do, they get 20 points. First player to 100 wins.
Let's play this.
All right, question 1. What Super 1985 Nintendo game plumbed the depths of game design to turn two brothers into international icons?
What the How am I supposed to know what the you're talking about? What kind of a question is that?
Take your time. What Super 1985 Nintendo game plumbed the depths of game design to turn two brothers into international icons?
I give up.
Tim?
Run, you pigeons. It's Robert Frost.
No. Super Mario Brothers. You know, Super Mario Brothers? Mario and Luigi.
Can we move goddamn on now?
Okay. Question 2.
I'm entering your mind space to extract the answer.
No. No, you're not.
Shh! I got people to give me $3 million. With my mind.
Question 2. This classic had arcades across the country packed as people fed hungry machines to play this game filled with fruits, ghosts, and pellets.
It's never gonna work. You can't milk information from a brain like that.
How appropriate. You fight like a cow.
What the
Was that not right? Oh, sure that was right. Well, hold on. Let me try again. I've got a tip for you. Get the point.
Look, whatever your personal problems are between you, your doctor, and your buddy.
Okay. David, do you have an answer for this question?
With a duck.
The kind of answer is that? Can't answer the question like a human being? Now, do you have the right answer or no?
No.
Moving on to the boss round. This is the final round. All points are doubled, but since neither of you have any points, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to read a list of games. You just name one boss. Just one. I don't care which one. Be a vague description. Whoever has the most wins. Got it? Got it?
Okay.
Great. Name a boss from Street Fighter 2. Mega Man? Castlevania? Oh, for God's sake. Okay. Sinistar. Donkey Kong? Name a boss from Donkey Kong. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Mike Tyson's Punch...
Dr. Wily.
We already answered that question.
Question?
Oh, for sake, I'm out of here.
Want to arm wrestle?
Yeah. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed the game video. So
Please don't sue us. Please don't sue us.
So we are back with Richard Wells once again, and if he's on the show, it means a new board game.
Yeah.
So, this is Pac-Man, the board game from 1980 something, and. Brief rundown of the game. You roll the dice. I don't know how you'll roll them because you'll knock all the dots everywhere.
We'll roll them in one.
Oh yeah, you can roll them in this. One dice you control the Pac-Man. One dice you control the ghosts. If you get hit by the ghost, you lose 2 dots and get sent back to home. So, all right. I guess I'll start.
I'm Patrick Swayze. Woo.
Oh, and the winner who has the most dots wins. I guess the winner who has the most dots. How silly.
The winner has the one who has he who has the most. Oh, snake eyes.
Every time, Will. Every
So
time.
here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah, I know. So I will move 1 here and move the ghost there. So the dot stays. So
Okay.
yeah. So I went ahead and picked this sweet gem up off of eBay for
Okay.
20
5
some
and
odd
3
bucks.
on blue, so I could go 1, 2, 3,
That's a weird looking 5. 'Cause it
4,
has
5.
no-
Yeah, one of the dots is
Yeah.
missing from it. So.
Well, that's not gonna work because it's
right.
a lemon head. But yeah, so you
Sweet.
get all the lemon heads.
Oh wait, hold on. These are lemon heads.
Yeah,
Sweet.
these are lemon
All right.
heads.
I don't know. I don't need a point.
Your score is
Yeah,
based on
you're-
how many dots you have.
You're
Actually, I'll-
eating
I'll
your score,
sacrifice.
Shane.
But my points are so delicious. Okay,
give me
now
the
do I
dice,
also
please.
get to move in 3?
Yeah, you get to move one
I
of
do
those
both,
3.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Okay, so
but you want to aim for the
Right.
opponents because then you get to steal 2 of their dots.
Can he go on to that?
Yes.
Sweet.
But he can.
Blocking the power pellet. What up? My points are juicy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see.
4 and a 3.
So 1, 2,
So earlier this week, God of War 4 was announced. Which,
God of War -1.
Oh yeah, because it is a prequel. Did you already move your ghost?
yeah.
Oh.
I'm good to go.
I'd like the dice then.
Nah.
So actually, if you all remember, we had a character designer earlier on one of the earlier episodes, Caton Calloway, and he actually worked on the game as well.
That's our second episode. Go check it out in the archives.
For let's see here.
So, yeah, basically he was telling us about his life in gaming and what it meant to be a character designer and how that, you know, how he came to be in that and where he wanted to go in the industry. But one of the things he worked on was God of War. And so this week, or today rather, the trailer was announced, meaning it was sort of kind of leaked a little bit. But it has shown the fact that it's going to be a prequel. It's going to show Kratos in his early days before he killed every god that ever was.
1, 2.
So it was a pre-rendered CGI trailer, so we don't have any gameplay footage because it is an announcement trailer. But
Thank
there
you
is
for
some-
your delicious dots.
No, my delicious dog.
Yeah, the ghost hit you.
Wait, I need my points back.
Oh.
There we go. I got my points back.
All right. So now that a ghost hit you, after your turn, you have to play a
roll
round
it,
of Pac-Man.
I don't roll it into that.
Don't
Yeah.
roll it in.
I'll roll them back.
Yeah.
I got to play a round of real Pac-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, let me move my 6 and 2 first. Now, what happens if I run into you if I don't go exactly 6?
It's a block. So you cannot go this way because you can't do your full amount of spaces.
Well, no, I mean with the ghost.
Oh, then you
the
hit
ghost.
me.
I can hit you.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
See, I told you this game is brutal. So now take your 2 dots back.
Yeah.
And I get pushed back.
All right,
home.
and I go 6?
Yeah, you just stay there.
Or I just stay there on the 5. Okay.
Yeah, on where you hit me.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you hit him here.
Yeah.
Oh,
you
that's
did.
where I hit him.
Otherwise,
Okay,
I
I'm
would have
sorry.
taken the dot.
Good point.
And you got to move your Pac-Man.
And I got to move my Pac-Man 3s.
So now it's a competition because now I have to play after
1,
you.
2, 3. Okay. All right. So my first round of Pac-Man is on its way.
And I guess
While
let's-
Richard goes.
Yeah, I guess we'll say.
Maybe I'm in the penalty box while I'm
Yeah.
playing, so just you two get to go. So I've got to try to finish as fast as possible.
Yeah,
so
just
I'm
play
gonna-
the one level.
I'll press and fire. All right. And don't let your massive head get in the way.
Okay, fine.
All right.
Wait, I don't want to do
So this is a Pac-orific episode.
I should point out that I've never been very good at Pac-Man.
And you're also playing the hard version.
Oh no, you put me in Super Pac-Man, you son of a
picked
bitch.
Super Pac-Man.
I didn't realize that's what I picked.
Yeah.
Shah.
So
I guess I could just simply
Finish with
lose in a hurry, but that feels unsporting.
all right, I got 2 and 2 this time. I guess I'm up from.
That's all right.
You've
I
doubled
gotta,
your points.
Yeah, exactly.
Ha,
I guess we'll go here.
ha.
There we go. All right, and I guess you can go again
Oh, wow.
because he.
You're in the...
Yeah,
you're
he's-
hurting.
I
Yeah,
know,
no.
this is not good. This was a bad choice.
Ah, Snake Eyes.
What? Snake Eyes? How do you get that?
Oh, never mind. The light hit it wrong. I'm blind. So, for those who don't know, I'm sorry. We like completely dropped off of God of War.
I talked about it. I
Oh,
talked about
okay.
it. While you guys were hashing it out, I
Yeah.
gave them the
Yeah.
basics. So why don't you tell them what you think about it?
So it's a prequel. I'm gonna be honest.
Survived.
I'm okay. So now,
8100.
I can't play because I got hit by a ghost until
Right.
I finish the level. All right. So
Richard's gonna keep
all
winning.
right. So
Hey,
let's
you
go
have to
ahead
take a
and-
turn in a while.
So since you played plus, I'll play plus.
Okay.
All right. So pretty much, God of War was really awesome because he was a god of war, you know. But now it's a prequel, so he's a dude of war. Oh shoot, this is gonna be bad. I don't even have a quarter of the board down, and I'm already 1 life.
All right, I've got my
Mark
chomp
down.
pellet. I don't remember how I get to use. I have to land on the guy, but I've got like ghost protection basically. Is that how that works?
No, I think if you don't use it, you have to put it back.
Oh, all right. Well, I shouldn't have gone that way then. Oh well. All right. Then I'll move this ghost that way.
All right.
Please don't hit me.
All right, well, you're taking a turn out?
He
Yep,
can't.
yep.
He's got to finish the level.
What I did like about the God of War trailer was that they keep using Linda Hunt as their narrator for the trailers.
Oh, yeah?
I think that's a very interesting choice of a voice actress or an actress in general. to continue using her for the franchise.
Okay. It sounds like we have a question from the chat.
Oh yeah.
This comes from Allosaurus. What is your opinion on the dudes from Capcom's DLC for Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City?
Ooh, Will, that's probably a good one for you. Do you know much about their DLC?
It's all right. I think that Capcom is getting a little DLC hungry, in my personal opinion. You know, paying.
Oh, here, just to repeat the question in case it didn't pick up on the mics.
Oh, yeah.
Allosaurus was asking about the Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City DLC.
Yeah.
So Will, go for it.
But you know, I mean, it's the first DLC for the game, and if I'm not mistaken, and I may be, I think it was free. So I'm more power to it. I believe it was an extra mission for Jill. I may be a little off, but I think that as long as it's all right. I think that it's coming out a little too early though. For a game to truly be DLC or have DLC, in my opinion, it has to come out a little bit afterwards. Otherwise, it was already being made while the game was being made, and kind of really takes away the true meaning of DLC. What, in my opinion, what it should be is you know, the fans love the game so much that it's like, you know what, team, let's get back together and let's make them even happier. So.
Yeah, you know,
But he apparently disagrees with me.
Oh, no. I was just talking about his poor Snake Eyes.
Oh.
You beat a level. You don't have to go back again.
Okay.
So, no, what my thoughts on the DLC are pretty much exactly what you're saying. Like, there is a presumption of
My turn?
DLC that I don't think is necessarily warranted for a lot of games. I think only games that have proven themselves as a good, you know, reputable title with a good fan base, people who are clamoring for more information, should really be the games that are getting DLC. And right now, it's games that, you know, in some cases maybe a little lackluster or maybe didn't have as big of a splash. And now, I understand the desire to try to, you know, recover from that by putting out good DLC, and that can happen. But for the most part, a game like Raccoon City, you know, no offense, Capcom, but I want to know who in the audience it was, other than Allosaurus, who was wanting a lot of DLC from Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Operation Raccoon City, at least.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts on DLC?
Well, I did think it was weird when I got, like, this is a while ago, like a Deus Human Revolution.
Oh, Deus Ex, yeah.
Yeah, when they came out with DLC with that really quick.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was just
Well, there's
like,
also launch day DLC that doesn't make sense to me,
yeah,
but
I agree with what you were saying. It should take a while before it comes out. It should, or just don't like think of like you have like an episode in the can already.
Right,
And you're just gonna like wait to snake it out at the last second and go, aha! Now you give us some more money.
Yeah.
I kind of find that a little bit insulting.
Yeah, well, it goes a little bit back to that discussion with Zynga and how we've kind of been perceived as a, you know, almost a cash cow for them to pull from, regardless of, you know, whether or not the game deserves it. They're basically just saying, oh well, you're gonna buy it anyway. So
I'm not made of money.
yeah. Now I understand that they're, you know, if I don't want DLC, I don't have to buy it, and usually I don't. So you know, I guess to be my own devil's advocate, I do see the benefit in having DLC for people that, you know, that do want it. And if game companies want to take the financial risk of putting that, you know, that game data out there, I guess that's up to them. But
Well, see, all of Portal 2's DLC was supposed to be free.
no, yeah.
So that'll be interesting because I know that they have their level creator coming out soon.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah.
like make your own test chambers.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting. I hope that that's just going to be free.
Now,
Yeah.
that's one thing that I will say that almost every game that comes out for PC should have is a level creator. You know, looking at Left 4 Dead 2, Left 4 Dead 1 for that instance, and now Portal.
Left 4 Dead and a half. So.
Yeah, basically, you know, by allowing people to create their own levels, a game can live on far, far past its, you know, its release date. So.
Are you done moving? No, you're not.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Especially if you put if you can put those levels online.
Yeah,
For
exactly.
people to try and play.
Yeah, and that
Like
can
Little Big Planet.
that can really extend the life of a game. Is having, you know, player created content can really extend the life of a game. Hey.
Yeah, enjoy that, buddy.
Oh man.
Yeah. I like how Richard Wells has gone unscathed.
I know. Why are we? Why?
Because you're the closest to the ghost.
It's
Yeah,
yeah.
It's your turn.
Well, and it's our innate competition with one another.
It really is.
All right, penalty box for me.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna let you guys go at it.
Do we have another question? Perhaps no. Okay.
That's fine.
Fine. You don't want to ask us questions, guys.
Question, do I have
That's
to move
fine.
the ghost? Can I move the
We
ghost
like
first,
questions.
or-
It doesn't
They're fun.
matter.
It can be
yeah,
about
we can do
anything.
whatever.
Like why I don't have glasses on tonight. That could be something.
Why don't you have glasses on? Oh, yeah, what's your favorite color?
Red, white, and blue. There you go.
So, so for anybody who's wondering why we're sucking so hard at this Pac-Man game, which, normally I'm not that great at Pac-Man anyways, this is Pac-Man Plus, which is
Stupid hard.
From what I've played, is the equivalent of Mario the Lost Levels. What it is it tricks you as much as it can. Like if you grab one of the power pellets, it will still leave one of the ghosts alive to try and kill you.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous.
And they definitely move faster than they do in the basic game, like without a doubt. And they don't stay as ghosts. They don't stay afraid as long. Oh. Yes.
Oh, nice! You got the one dot.
Wants to know what your favorite dinosaurs are.
Ooh.
Denver.
Denver.
He's my
Denver.
friend and a whole-
The last dinosaur. Whoa, a whole lot more. Look, I like dinosaurs, but I don't like dinosaurs. You
All
understand
right,
what I'm
6
saying?
and 5.
Mine has got to be the Triceratops.
Finally.
Only in part
Give me 2
because
of them dots.
he was represented by Billy the Blue Ranger in the best of Power Rangers, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Triceratops. So yours is Denver. Richard, favorite dinosaur?
Pretty corny, but I gotta go with the T-Rex.
Yeah.
The classic standby. That's right.
It's just like my standby.
Oh, there you go,
Oh,
buddy.
wait, oh, yeah.
No, you're in the penalty box.
Yeah, as long as you didn't say Velociraptor, which, not to knock Velociraptors, but they're kind of the Johnny Depp of dinosaurs. I've seen a little bit of enough of them.
And they're also clever girls. Yeah, that's
Wait, they
right.
were girls?
Oh,
Favorite Ninja Turtle.
Donatello.
Raphael.
So easy. There you go.
Oh my gosh!
Boom.
Dude, top right.
Oh my god! Like I love that all of us didn't agree. That's sweet.
That's
I know. I'm telling you, this game is rough.
The great thing about the Ninja Turtles is that they can all be,
Yeah, everybody
has their different favorite, and
Exactly.
that's totally okay. Except for all of you, wannabes that all said Raphael because he was the cool one. Whatever, he's cool, but he's rude. Nobody ever remembers the part where he's rude.
Now I will
Cool
say,
but rude.
I will say this: that I would take Casey Jones over Raphael.
Oh,
Any day.
in a
Casey
hot
Jones.
second.
Yeah, Casey Jones, the man.
Casey Jones was a man. He did not get enough credit.
No, I did watch a fan film of Casey Jones the other day. Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah, I've seen some bad ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I go to
Man.
the safe spot?
Yeah, you can go through it.
All right.
Yeah,
Boom.
it takes a spot, but yeah.
Yeah, and then I got to
Oh, we have one more. We have another question.
From Mango20, what's your favorite Sega Genesis games and why?
For me, it's the Sega Genesis version of Shadowrun. Now, for those of you who don't know, there was an SNES version of Shadowrun and a Genesis version. The SNES version was terrible. It was this isometric, RPG that just did not work right. It was boring. The
you can't
plot
go
was
through the
terribly
blue walls,
paced.
so.
The Genesis one was a phenomenal top-down RPG, a lot along the lines of like Final Fantasy.
Oh, yeah, you got
but it
me.
had these really cool 3D hacking elements where you actually went into the cyber world and you had to hack your way through nodes
All right.
and
Give it to him.
my turn. To basically clear out the ports and whatnot to get the data. Oh, sorry. The question was, what's my favorite Genesis game and why? So the Genesis Shadowrun version, without a doubt. 3, 4. Yeah, the Genesis version of that game was phenomenal. The SNES version sucked. So that's my favorite one. There's your
Favorite
Genesis.
Sega Genesis game? I didn't play a lot of Genesis
Oh,
growing up.
you poor deprived child.
When I did, like, was over at friends' houses, it was always like Sonic the Hedgehog or Sonic Spinball, which I did love Sonic Spinball.
Right.
But like Altered Beast always had like.
Oh yeah, I love Altered
Like,
Beast.
that was always a really good one. I had really fun memories of this game, Space Harrier.
I don't remember
Oh,
Space
I feel
Harrier.
like-
What was that
Oh, I
like?
continued off yours. That's why I only had 2 lives.
Okay, keep playing.
It was like
Yeah.
a weird. It was a game where you basically weren't moving. The ground looked like it was moving. It gave you the
Oh,
illusion
okay,
of moving.
yeah.
And it was all like stuff coming at you, and like you just
What?
had to evade it and shoot it.
Nice.
But whenever you went onto the ground level, you were running. And then you had like a jetpack and you were flying. But it was
Oh,
always
you know what? I
cool.
do think just when you mentioned the running part, I do vaguely remember something like that. I think I may have rented that game back at Video by the Oaks in Thousand Oaks. I think they're still in business. Good place. In the summers, we used to go to the Ralphs and get like the free samples, and then we go to the video store and just watch the like they always have a movie playing, and then we just browse the backs of video games. Like I don't know if you ever did that during the summer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that was like
I rated games all the time.
Yeah.
Always, often to disappointment.
yeah. Oh, so many disappointing games. Let us never speak of the Superman 64 debacle.
Yeah.
Or even the Superman for Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
Game, this is so bizarre.
Yeah. Whoa, it got loose.
Mine, you know, I hate to have to pick one. It's either Altered Beast or Captain America and the Avengers, because it was the first true arcade port of that game. I bought the Nintendo one. That sucked. You only got to play as Captain America or Hawkeye, and it really, really blew. But then you could finally, with the SNES version, or I'm sorry, the Genesis version, you could actually play as Iron Man and shoot his beams and Vision. But I loved Altered Beast. It was really awesome. If anybody has no idea what that game is, you can buy it on Xbox Live for like, I don't know, $5 or something.
Yeah.
One.
Ah.
Give me them points.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll drop them in there for you. Should I give you my eaten ones? No.
No. Oh,
Come on, you're making a mess here. There's one pellet left. Just go get it.
okay. I don't have enough roll. Oh, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't either.
Whoa, hey, it's my turn.
No.
You can,
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I got
got
by the ghost.
Okay, I got to do this one fast if I
All
want
right.
4. Do I have enough to get there?
Well, that's me, so I don't know.
Oh.
to.
Oh, you do have enough.
possibly
Yeah,
not.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, yay.
All right, so that's
right.
it. That's game.
So then
All
let's
right.
take a look. I think I know who's going to win this one, and it's
Okay,
not going
we
to be
just
me.
need to take a look at this to know who
how do
won.
we get a
Yeah,
shot? Drew?
I can barely fill mine. Shane
Mine
has
is not even filled.
Shane's not filled.
I
And,
got two wrinkled
and
ones
Mr.
now.
Wells over here, Cheaterson, has layers. Layers.
Okay, now for your prize, you have to eat them all at once.
Oh God.
I don't even like lemon heads.
I don't either, but there's something oddly addictive about them. I'm just like, oh God,
They're so addictive you can't even hold.
I need
on
them.
to
I need them.
So yeah.
I won't eat that one
It's a
though.
pretty good game.
Yeah.
It was entertaining.
Yeah, it's actually pretty entertaining. We actually got through the game,
Well,
unlike
was
the
it?
other.
Yeah, it wasn't like
game.
Donkey Kong, which had like 9,000 rules. There were cards. It was it was some bad times.
I'd say if you have a couple people, you know, sitting around and you have actually video game nostalgia, pick it up. Certainly there are better board games in general that you could probably pick up for
Yeah, but
cheaper.
how much did you nab this for?
20 plus.
$20. I paid $20. I mean, you're going to get an evening of entertainment out of that.
Yeah, exactly.
You need like another, what, $2 for the lemon heads?
Lemon heads. Yeah, they should come with marbles. We had to buy lemon heads. Thank you, Corey, for that.
Yeah, thank
Go and
you.
grab them.
So yeah, I think that's going to pretty much wrap us up for this week.
Right. Next week, we're going to be joined by Joyce IRL from YouTube, of YouTube fame. Will be joining us live here in the studio. In the meantime, you can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/nowloadingtv, or you can follow us on Twitter at nowloadingtv. You can follow Will at Bad Dude Will and me at Bad Dude Shane, and our director of photography at Bad Dude Drew.
He doesn't
Richard,
say
do you
anything
tweet?
interesting.
Do you tweet?
I don't tweet.
You don't tweet.
I am not a tweeter.
You.
I'm a
Or
Twitter.
family show. Also, you can check us out at youtube.com/nowloadingtv. And make sure to watch us on Monday nights. Monday nights at 7 o'clock, we do our top picks, where we tell you our top video game picks of the week, and usually completely lose our minds, because we recorded it after this show, so we tend to get a little loopy.
Exactly. And did you already say?
No,
that
you
too?
can
Okay.
do Tuesday.
On Tuesday, I have my live stream, which I don't know what I'm going to play this week. Probably either Call of Duty again or Skullgirls. I don't know, something. I have a vote for Skullgirls. In fact, put on the Now Loading page which you'd rather for me to play, Call of Duty or Skullgirls. I promise you, I equally suck and am decent at both of them. So, but but in Call of Duty, I'll probably stab more people. So.
Right. Now, on Wednesday, on my stream at 7:30 is Shane's room. And this week, I will be playing the Mist of Pandaria beta because I finally got in today. Yeah!
How long have you been trying for that?
What? Only like a month.
Yeah.
I went in with the last wave of annual pass invites. It was really sad. 400,000 people were left, and I was finally one of them. It's downloading now. So if you get onto Facebook and like us, you can leave a comment telling me whether or not you want me to start off as playing a panda in the starting zone, or if I should jump straight with one of my level 85s to the new continent of Pandaria to check out that new content. So if you want new race or new zone, you tell me which one, and that's what I'll play first.
Yeah. So I think that's going to wrap us up for this night. Thank you for...
Yeah, thank you very much, Richard.
Well, thank you for
even
having
though you completely wiped the floors with us, so we'll never have you back now.
We're done with that.
Our egos can't take it. We're personalities. We can't have you winning and beating us and showing us up around here. I mean, come on.
Well,
What kind of a guest are you?
I'm the worst kind of guest.
You take our pride and our winnings and our lemon heads.
And our lemon heads.
Yeah, I'm taking them home.
You do. That is your prize. So you.
I'm gonna throw them away.
I believe I have the vapors. Oh, I can't go on.
All right. Good night, everybody, and good night, Reagan.
Oh, good night.
Aw,
Good night, Dad.
Night.
No one I know watches the show.
Nobody even follows you on Twitter.
Oh, poor Richard. Where's the outro music? We don't have outro music. I miss outro music. I like outro music because it's so cool. Outro music, baby.
Good
Outro
job
music.
on the messing up on the game, man.